here today on Only Julious is an interview with the terrific Troy Hurd. See how he have been doing since he moved to Las Vegas and different things that has happened in his history in the theater here on Only Julious.
You know who it is.
Only Julious.
Yep, that's me.
Only Julious. Only Julious.
I said.
Only Julious would do this.
Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of Only Julius, because only Julius would do this. Now, today's is an interview with Troy Hurd. Hey, Troy.
Hey, Julius, how you doing?
I'm doing awesomely well. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
That is awesome. Of course, as you can see, we're on location again. I told you, you can't come to me, I'll come to you. Okay.
It's a good location too.
Yeah, it's a very good location.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, my first question is that you have been very successful in a lot of things that you have done. You have been a director, you have been an actor, and a bunch of other things that I don't know.
Homeless person, bum. Yeah, I've done that too.
Okay, but I did not know that part. Okay, but you actually came from Las Vegas and you came to Columbus.
I'm actually from Columbus.
Shut the front door. Okay, talk about the Columbus story, because I know you graduated from CSU, correct?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I was kidnapped by pirates and I was brought to Columbus. No, I'm just kidding. I was born here.
Oh.
I was born here. I went to Pacelli, and I went to Columbus State, and then I've always just sort of produced and bummed around, and I don't know. I was misled a couple of times by women, most notably Janet Kearley, whose house we're sitting in right now. She got her hooks in me at one point, and said we got to do theater, so we did theater, and I've been stuck ever since.
Oh, wow.
He lies.
That was Janda. She will be coming on the show later on.
That's one not to miss.
Yeah, that will be an interesting one. Okay, now, you got your degree in theater education, correct? Were you actually planning on doing what you're doing now?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because when I think theater education, I'm thinking that you're going to be in a school system.
No. Absolutely not. I did that because I couldn't just get a regular theater degree. I had to keep my mom happy, so I got the education as a fallback. But, I've used it. I teach lots of workshops, and I work with at-risk youth, doing Shakespeare workshops. So I'm glad I have the education training.
Okay. Now, you went to SCAD as well, which you got your master's in directing. How was that experience, and how did that help you as far as...
Oh, it was great. It was great. I mean, since I've been working professionally for so long before I went to SCAD, there was a lot of review, but the one thing, I started taking a lot of film classes there that helped me with my next step in life, and networking skills. SCAD really helped me develop networking and making contacts.
Because I heard that SCAD was a good school. I tried to apply for there, and for whatever reason. It's
a school that's constantly growing and constantly changing. So when I was there, it was there was a lot of changes going on in the theater department. So we got to do a lot of what we really wanted to do ourselves. So I don't know if that was beneficial, or the fact that we had to self-develop projects. It just depends on your philosophy of teaching.
Okay. Now
I hear you're going to go on an adventure soon, so you may not have followed through with SCAD, but you're going to Canada?
Yeah, I am. When this episode airs, I would have left and came back. Just letting y'all know ahead of time.
Oh, he'll already be back, so you can still stop by the crib and say, hey, and kick it with Big J. There we go.
Okay. The business that you had here in Columbus, Chattahoochee Shakespeare Company.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did that start?
It started when I graduated SCAD and I was engaged to a girl who was 1 year behind me.
Mm-hmm.
So when I graduated, I moved out to Vegas and I started working for Cirque du Soleil. And she, who shall be
Unnamed, right.
decided to stay back in Georgia. She had gotten a job at a theater where she was an intern.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured if we were going to do this engagement marriage thing, we were going to be together.
Mm-hmm.
And she'd always wanted to manage a theater company. So we talked about it and decided to come to Columbus because I'm from here.
Mm-hmm.
So I started the company and moved out, and we decided to get unengaged.
Mm-hmm.
But by that time, Janda had been involved with it. And she said, you moved all this way, you're not leaving. So we went on with it.
And Chattahoochee Shakespeare lasted for how long?
About 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
2.5 years. It was a fun ride.
Yes, it was.
Fun ride. That's how I met you.
Yeah, that's how he met me. Yeah, it was by Facebook. Facebook has been so awesome lately.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Yeah, it was by Facebook. At that time, I had just recently got robbed at gunpoint. When I was working at a pizza place, we will leave that nameless. Delivery was a fake. And I was looking for some other type of employment, and it was by grace that I ended up at Chattahoochee Shakespeare, and I ended up at first a stage manager for 2 shows, and then house manager
for the rest.
For the rest of the time. I enjoyed it, loved it.
And the audiences enjoyed it. I loved having you at the front line. You were the face of Chattahoochee Shakespeare. First person people encountered. The only regret I have is that I never got you on stage.
You know, and I was just thinking about that the other day, is that he always tried to get me on stage, and it never happened.
I hated that. But you had your own stage with the box office. Wherever we did a show, there was Julious up front.
Yeah.
So I was glad to have you there greeting people.
Yeah, and I really did enjoy it. It was so peaceful, I felt, and then cheery and everything else. So, you know, it was
peaceful. That's because you weren't backstage. That's a joke.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, but now, since you're not in Columbus, you're now in Las Vegas. You just now started doing No Shame.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It was. I saw Yen start No Shame at the Springer, and it was a very creative experience for all involved. And there was a niche in Las Vegas for it. And because it started back in '86 with a bunch of people who wanted to do something creative, I just picked up the ball there, and after doing it there, I've heard of a friend of mine who's going to start it up in Virginia, and it's thanks to it getting kicked off at the Springer, and based on the Springer success of it, I think we're going to see more No Shames around the country. Right.
And for those that follow me, that's where I actually debuted Only Julious and everything else, so we may have...
I thought Only Julious debuted on my cell phone.
Oh yeah, that's right! Only Julious was on cell phone sending audio, voice messages and everything else, but
I think I still have your Thanksgiving message somewhere.
And you know what? This is going to be a part of an announcement later, but that is actually going to be on CD.
Sweet! We're going to have an Only Julious CD?
Yes. It's called The Julious Experience, so, you know...
It is an experience, man. Every time I would get an Only Julious voicemail, I would shoot it to about 20, 30 friends.
That is so funny. But okay, thank you so much for coming out. Do you have any last words?
Just keep doing good work. That's it. Kick ass.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, thank you. And if you want to see more episodes on Only Julious, go to the Facebook page or go to the YouTube. Thank you so much for watching, because Only Julious would do this. See you next time.